YouTube. Welcome to another tool review by the Happy Woodworker. Today we're going to discuss cordless drills. I've got 3 examples out today, 2 by Ryobi and 1 cheap drill, Hyper Tough, sold at Walmart. So many of you may be asking yourselves, you're in the market for a new drill, maybe you killed your old one, you need a new one, or maybe you never had one before and you want to know what you're buying. I'm going to start by talking about the 2 Ryobis that we have here. I've got 1 drill and 1 impact drill, or an impact driver. So, the Ryobi set here that I got a killer deal on this last year. If you've watched my other 2 videos already, you know I don't do unboxing videos. Those are pointless. You want to know how this drill is going to perform and run over the course of its life. So we've got 6 months to a year in on these. I don't remember when I bought them exactly. This particular set came with the impact driver, the drill, 2 batteries, and portable charging station. The Walmart example over here came with its own charger, 1 battery, and the cordless drill. The Ryobi right now, I checked this morning online. This particular set is listed at $119. I believe when I bought it, I got it for around $90. It was on sale. I just couldn't beat it. I am meticulous in the research that I'll do on a product before I buy it. I had narrowed down my search between Rigid and Ryobi. I had killed my old drill off, and I had sold one of my old ones as part of my business, and when I found out I sold my old drill, I almost cried. I had a Black & Decker for 20 years, and I absolutely loved the thing. So I was in the market for a new drill, and this set was on sale, and I just couldn't refuse it. If you buy these individually, you're going to be looking at about $100 a piece. The impact driver and the drill, typically you will get one battery and a charger. Not all the chargers are this big. This is one of the larger chargers. Let's go over some of the specs, shall we? They come with a 1.3 amp hour battery. First thing to understand about cordless drills, you have differences in battery power. These are 18 volt. The Walmart over there, surprisingly enough, is a 20 volt. I have not put leads on to test the batteries and see whether they actually have that kind of capacity or that kind of power. But let's assume that they have what the manufacturer says they have. If you're going to buy these, you can get larger batteries as well. For example, this is a 1.3 amp hour battery. They do make larger batteries for the Ryobi. And the larger the battery you have, the longer it's going to last. And surprisingly enough, you get a lot more power, particularly out of an impact driver with a larger battery. So that is something to consider. Replacement batteries for the Ryobi are about $60 a piece. Some of them, the larger ones, are more expensive. $60 is kind of the base model, the 1.3 amp hours. The drill comes with a 3-jaw Jacobs chuck. Jacobs chuck's big for a lot of you out there. It has a 2-speed gearbox. The first gear is 0 to 600 RPMs. Second gear is 0 to 1800 RPMs. It does have an adjustable or a feather trigger, so you can adjust how much torque and how much speed you're putting on something. 24 position torque clutch. The impact driver has 1800 foot-pounds of torque. It's powerful. The first time I used that impact driver, my exact words, if I remember correctly, were, "Wow, that's awesome." They come with 1 belt clip, a little carrying bag that I've never used. The thing that I like most about the Ryobi are the fact that the batteries are interchangeable. I can go buy other cordless items and the batteries will work on those. That's called the 1+ system. That makes it very valuable to me. And they come with a 3-year warranty. So that's some of the specs. Now let's talk about how they perform and what I've thought of them. They perform really well. The Ryobi, it's powerful. It does everything that I need it to. I'm a woodworker, obviously. If you're in building construction or the trades, I know DeWalt is a big name in those, so is Milwaukee. I would probably put DeWalt and Milwaukee in a separate class of drill. But if you're a woodworker or you're somebody who needs to drill around the house or the farm or around work, these are going to do probably everything that you need. They have been fantastic. They don't overheat. Again, I've had these somewhere between 6 months and a year, and I will do a couple demonstrations for you before this video is over. On the flip side of that, let's look at the Hyper Tough sitting next to it over here. I paid $20 for that drill. So we're talking very, very cheap. If you go cheap, you're going to get cheap. But I've actually been kind of surprised by how well that has held up. I know a lot of people will use a drill to also screw, to put screws in. There is a significant limit on what you can do with this Hyper Tough drill. It works well, it drills well, it'll drill just about anything through wood that I need. Let's go ahead and do a quick demonstration of that. I've got a random drill bit in here. Feather trigger. Drills through, makes a good hole. It's got a lot of speed. That's on the drill setting. The Hyper Tough does have variable clutch torque that you can set for how much power you want. That was on the drill setting. 20 volt lithium ion battery. It's powerful, but it does have its limitations when trying to drive a screw, particularly a long screw. If you're talking something that's 2-3 inches, it has its limits. It won't do it. That's where you need an impact driver. It makes all the difference in the world. The Ryobi, also, it's a lot heavier. It's very, very heavy by comparison to this one. I think there's a bit of size difference too. If we set these in front, the Ryobi is bigger, the battery is bigger, it's longer, much heavier duty. It's a heavy duty drill by comparison to a cheap model that you're going to get somewhere. To do a demonstration on this. Very, very fast. But you can feather that trigger. And again, that's on the drill setting. This has 24 clutch settings and 2-speed gearbox. Feel of it, there's a lot of plastic in this, but there's a lot of plastic in every tool you're going to buy. Well, before I bought this set, I compared the specs on Craftsman, on Ryobi, on Rigid, on Cobalt. I went with these. They had the best specs, the best reviews, and I also got the best price on those. It was a big contest between that or Rigid, and if you are comparing a Ryobi to a Rigid, let's talk about batteries. Rigid has a free replacement policy on their batteries. If your batteries go bad, they replace them. At $60 a piece for a base model small little battery, that's awful tempting. And I almost went with Rigid, simply for the fact that $60 for a battery 3, 4, or 5 years from now, or free. These had a better price at the time. They had them in stock in the store, and I said, you know what? I'll just go ahead and go with that. So let's drive a screw here with the driver. So, and I'll do one in the pilot hole here. Goes right in. Now let's do one not in a pilot hole. Let's take a slightly longer one here. Make sure I'm not drilling through my bench. Yeah, that ought to be okay. So let's go right here. Here we go. We're going to start that. Now you hear the impact starting to kick in. That's halfway on the trigger. That's not even full power, and you can see it almost vibrating the tools on the bench here. That has a lot of power, does everything that I need it to do. It's been a good tool. That was the first impact driver that I had ever bought. I've always used drills, just drilled pilot hole, screw in the screw. That one, I killed off my last drill when I was doing a construction project, and it was the right time, and I knew that I was going to be using these more for woodworking, so I found something that would fit my long-term goals. Let's talk about an impact driver. If you're going to own an impact driver, you're going to want one of these. This is an impact driver set. If you try and put normal bits into this, it'll kill them. It's just going to disintegrate them. The impact feature in there will absolutely destroy your bits. Something's going to come flying off, break apart, hit you in the eye. You're going to end up taking a trip to the doctor. Stay out of the ER. Get yourself an impact set. This cost me about $20. It has been worth every penny. So there you have it. That is the Ryobi impact drill, the drill driver, and a comparison to a Walmart Hyper Tough. If you're just a do-it-yourselfer around the house, you need something to drill holes to put up picture frames or something, the Hyper Tough is going to do everything that you need. I still use it. It's so lightweight and comfortable. I still use it most of the time. You know, it does everything that I need. It'll drill a straight hole. It doesn't have a lot of run out. It obviously doesn't have a real fantastic chuck. It's got a plastic chuck in here. Metal jaws in the middle. That one's all metal. That's a Jacobs chuck. That's a big difference. You can feel the difference in those. There is a couple pounds of difference between those, I would guess. I've been very happy with all three of them, surprisingly enough. The charger that these come with works well. You can mount these on the wall if you want. I haven't gotten around to mounting that one. I will eventually. And as you can all see, my bench is actually sort of cleaned off today. So do your research, figure out how long, what kind of project you're going to use these drills for. If you're up higher end, you're in the building trades, you want something that's got a lot of power, is going to last you a long time during the day, it's going to have an extensive amount of use, I would probably compare a DeWalt or a Milwaukee, and I'd probably go with a Milwaukee. But for the Ryobi drills, they do everything that I ask. It's been a good buy. Catch them on sale. This particular set, like I said, I got it for under $100. If you buy these individually, you're looking at $100 a piece. So that's like getting 2 drills, half off, plus accessories. It's been a good buy. Got those from the box store, which I won't name. Anyway, thanks for watching YouTube. I hope this was useful as well. If you have questions, leave them in the comments section, and I will try to answer them. And thank you for watching The Happy Woodworker. Remember to stop and smell the sawdust.